There we go. Okay.
Did you know 1,825 days between the day children are born and the day they go to kindergarten? There are 1,825 days their brains are soaking up information. Imagine during those 5 years that the 1,825 days that their brains are soaking up information. Imagine those days without the time stages. Imagine not watching them grow, watch their language development, their emotional development, and the physical development. The thesis statement is age is important. During the stages of development, age is important because it's the line from the infants to the toddler stage. Imagine if you didn't have that. If you didn't have the line from infancy to toddler stage, what would the life and so on be if you didn't have the stages from infants to toddler? So an example would be my 8-year-old cousin. My 8-year-old cousin has a 13 chromosome disorder. Her stages of development are variedly ranged from infants to toddler in different orders. So she started off, she didn't start off walking. She was talking, but you couldn't understand her. You had to be family to understand her. So in those developments so you can have delay of development, but in those developments, it's a stage. So there's infancy, toddler, and childhood. So in the infancy stage, they hear sounds, they react to sounds, they mimic the sounds, and that's important because if you didn't have that in the infancy stage, it would trail on to not being able to do it at all. I got this information from healthofchildren.com. In the toddler stage, they learn like basic grammar, like the pronouns, the adjectives, the nouns, the locational words. If a child didn't learn this in the toddler stage, it wouldn't be there. So if they learned it in the infancy stage and didn't know the tones, how do you think they would react to us? And how do you think they would communicate with us without knowing that it's a form of stage in the different communications? Through them learning basic grammar, they learn how to rhyme, they learn how to sing, and they put 2 and 2 together. During the preschool stage, they form sentences, 3 to 6 word sentences. Words, letters, same sentences, they put it all in one. How do you think, if it didn't go infancy, toddler stage, how would you think they could do that in the preschool stage? They talk, they ask a lot of questions, they answer their own questions before they finish asking the question. I got that from KindlymeChildren'sHealth.org. In the 3 main points, the infancy, toddler, and the preschool stage, it's a sequence of they have to learn their sounds, they have to learn their tones before they learn the toddlerhood stage. The basic grammar, so the pronouns, the adjectives, the verbs, they have to learn that before they go on to preschool, or they won't pass preschool. In preschool, they do the forming sentences. So how do you think that if you don't have the infancy stage going on to the childhood stage or the toddler stage, how do you think that would work in all together and link together? This is why age is important. And the stages of infancy, toddler, and preschool are important. Imagine this. The human development most rapidly between birth and age 5, making the preschool years of a critical part of a child's education. That shows preschool to infancy on up to preschoolers are the most important part of the developmental process. Why do you think that is? It's because from infancy to toddler to preschool, it's always a stage of development. There's a step that you move on in the infancy, toddler, and preschool stage. So go back to this. Imagine 1,825 days